Hey guys, welcome back. In this Blender video, we'll be modeling this mechanical support part. It's a simple but useful shape for practicing hard surface modeling. So without wasting any time, let's jump right in. First, let's add a plane. Now in the image, you can see the side slope part is half of the middle cylinder part. So the cylinder size matches this plane, which is 2 meters. Half of that is 1 meter. So let's extrude this by 1 meter. Now, in the image where the hole is present, this section is half of the slope part. So half of 1 meter is 0.5. So let's extrude this by 0.5. Now let's add loop cuts in the middle like this. Then let's select the vertices on this side edge and delete them. Now let's add a mirror modifier, enable it on the X and Y axes, and turn on clipping. Now let's extrude this up as seen in the image. Select this face and delete it. Now let's add a solidify modifier to give this some thickness. Move the solidify modifier to the top. Here, adjust the thickness. Also apply the scale. And enable even thickness, so the thickness stays even all around. Now adjust the thickness value. 0.2 works well. Then apply the modifier. Now hide this part and let's add a circle. Extrude it upward by about 1 unit. Then unhide the hidden part. Go into wireframe mode, select these faces, and move them down slightly as seen in the image. Now in the image, we can see the cylinder is slightly scaled inward. So select this cylinder and scale it inward a bit. Press 0.9 on the keyboard while scaling. Now select the plane part, select this area, and move it. Here, set snapping type to vertex, then move along the x-axis and snap it to this edge vertex while pressing Ctrl. Okay, now let's add a Boolean modifier. Move it to the top. Use the eyedropper and select this cylinder, and here choose Union. Over here, nothing is getting cut. So the problem is, if we go here and turn on face orientation, we can see the normals are not correct. So let's flip the normals by pressing Shift-N, and now the cut works correctly. Then apply the Boolean modifier. Now over here, select all these faces and delete them. Now at the bottom, select this edge and delete it. Enable the mirror modifier. Now select this edge and extrude it in the y-axis. Then select these edges and fill this part. Now here we have one slanted edge, but we want 2 support edges. So let's add an edge like this using the knife. Here add a loop cut, and then join this edge. Select these edges and dissolve them. Over here also add a cut with the knife like this. Select this edge and dissolve it. Now here, add 2 loop cuts and snap them to this vertex. Then select both these vertices and press J to join them. Over here, add a loop cut. Here, add 2 loop cuts, and then join them this way. Now here, let's add 1 loop cut. Then let's join these vertices like this. Now use the knife and add a cut over here. Then slide this vertex like this. Now over here, add a cut. Then join these vertices like this. Now select these faces and delete them. Delete this vertex as well. Then select these edges and press F. Then select these edges and fill this part. Now here, let's add some cuts. If we count, we need 3 loop cuts, so let's add 3 cuts. Then select this face and delete it. Now select this full edge and use grid fill. Then here, add some cuts. And over here, also add the same number of cuts. Add a cut here as well. Now let's add cuts on this triangle part. So select these vertices and join them like this. Then using the knife, add cuts something like this. and then slide these vertices to space them nicely. Now here, let's add the hole. Select these faces over here and insert inward slightly, then press W, then Loop Tools, Circle. Now rotate, scale, and fit the circle nicely inside this area. Delete these faces, select this edge, extrude it downward, and snap it with the bottom part. Then select these faces and delete them. Now select both these edges and do bridge edge loops. Slightly scale and adjust the circle if needed. Move the circle slightly on the X and Y axis, and now this circle looks okay. Now let's apply the mirror modifier. Select this edge and fill this part. Here in the image, we can see the cylinder is slightly insetted inwards. So select this face and insert inward slightly about 0.1 units. Then extrude it up to around 0.7 units. Now this size looks similar to the image. Then inset it again about 0.2 units. Now extrude it down along the Z-axis and snap it over here. Then delete this face. Now select this edge, go over here and use grid fill. Then here, align the edges straight. Now add a few loop cuts here and add a few loop cuts here as well. Now from the top view, select these side part faces and delete them. Then again, add a mirror modifier on the X and Y axis. Now let's bevel all the sharp edges. To select them quickly, go here and choose Select Sharp Edges. Unselect this part, we'll bevel it later. Also select this edge to bevel. Before beveling, apply the scale. Now bevel slightly. Over here, turn off Loop Slide and set the shape to 1. Here, choose Arc, so the corner parts look like this. Sharp looks like this. And Arc looks like this in the corner areas. Then go over here and turn on Cavity, and then shade smooth this object. Now let's add a subdivision modifier and see how this looks. So this looks okay. Now select these edges and bevel them slightly. And here add a cut. Join these corner parts. And slide these vertices slightly. Join the other corner arc parts where they are. Now enable the subdivision modifier, and now this is nicely modeled. Now over here in this corner, if you can see some slight artifacts or stretching, what you can do is select these faces in this corner area, then go over here in the properties and create a new vertex group and assign these faces to that vertex group. Now in the modifiers, let's add a shrink wrap modifier. And here in the vertex group slot, select the group we just created. Then select this edge, duplicate it, and separate it by selection. Now select that edge and extrude it down like this. For this edge mesh, remove the shrink wrap modifier and turn on the subdivision modifier. Now select the object to be shrink wrapped. And here in the shrink wrap modifier, use the eyedropper to select the duplicated separated part. Now hide the duplicated part, and here activate the subdivision modifier. And now the artifacts are gone. If we toggle the shrink wrap modifier on and off, you can see the difference. Alright, so we're done modeling this shape perfectly, and I hope you enjoyed it. In the next video, we'll model this shape, which is another nice shape to practice modeling. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave a comment below and let me know your feedback. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.